right, beautiful one. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to go over some steps that you could do if you'd like for this new moon to be able to set your intention, because that's kind of what you want to do. So I think that the best way to do this is, and you can do one of these or all of these, and it kind of depends on, your involvement and how you take in things, right? So what you want to do is you want to set your intention. So you want to start thinking about your goals and where you want to go next, and you kind of want to just start thinking about that. But as you're doing that, as you're thinking about where you're going next and what you're wanting to do in the situations, now I don't want you to fall back on, well, these situations I can't help, or these situations I can't finish, or these situations aren't going well. We already know all that, right? So I want you to set your intention and look forward. I want you to see yourself and what you want to unfold in this next month. Like, let's just do it in this next month, right? So just start thinking about your intention, right? And you can do this, you can start doing this now as soon as you watch this video. And then, for the full moon, it will be perfect, or the new moon, sorry. So you want to set your intention and start thinking about that. And the next thing you want to do is, as you're doing that, as you're thinking about it, I want you want to clear your energy and you want to get centered, right? So how do we do that? So as you're thinking about this, and as you're, setting your goals and setting your intentions and looking at your life like you want, not looking at your life like it can be. Not what it already is, but how it can be, right? So as you're doing this, if you have Epsom salt, and you can buy it at the dollar store, you can take an Epsom salt bath for 10 minutes. Now, I've tested this. And so at the 10-minute mark, you want to take you want to put the Epsom salt and then sit in there with your intentions. I want you to sit in there with your intentions and with your knowing that you're being cleansed and cleared, and your energy is being cleared. And that's the intention, okay? And so what you want to do is you want to sit in there, or, lay in the bathtub for 10 minutes and no longer. Because at 10 minutes, what happens is we start reabsorbing the energy. That's what we do. So if you haven't transmuted it and transmuted it, then you'll begin to soak it back in. So I've tested this. You'll feel better at 10 minutes, no longer. At 10 minutes is when you start feeling really relaxed and you want to stay in, but you got to get out at 10 minutes, okay? So you want to take your Epsom salt bath, and that's how you're sort of clearing your energy. And, if you don't have Epsom salt, again, you can do it go buy it at the dollar store. You can use, oils or different baths. You can actually, so there's others that have salt bath for showers. Yeah, like Epsom salt shower bath gel, I think is what it's called. Okay, so you're doing that for 10 minutes. And then what you want to do is you want to clear your space, right? So you want to clear the energy, you want to clear your space, you're, you're trying to get centered. So your energy is getting cleared as you're thinking about this stuff, as you're setting your intention, okay? I want you to continue to think about your intention. I want you to continue to think about your goals. You've had enough of thinking about what's wrong, right? Let's not think about that. Let's think about what's good, what we want, what we know that can be true, what we know that's just about the unfolding, right? And then, so we want to clear the space around us. So get yourself, like, I don't know, some of you may have a room that you go to. Maybe it's just your room. Maybe it's just the bathroom. Whatever little spot that's yours. And then I'd like for you to take some sage, and with your intentions that it's going to be cleared as you sage. If you have sage, if you don't have sage, you can take your crystals. Some of you love crystals, so put your crystals around and set your intention and ask the crystals and the sage and your guides, and ask them to clear the energy around you, right? And you can use candles too. Some of you like to use candles, so use those things, right? Now, the next thing you want to do, after you've taken your salt bath and your space is cleared, then you want to just sit for a minute and connect with all the elements. Connect with the 4 elements. And how do we connect with the 4 elements? So if you want to connect with the water, think about how water feels. Think about what water is. Think about that, and then connect with it. And do the same with air. How it's so open, how it can't be tamed, how it just flows freely, right? And then you can think about earth and how beautiful the ground feels and how stable it is to be in the earth. And think about the trees, think about earthly things, right? And connect with that. And think about the fire. Think about fire and how it's so passionate and how it just flows and how it just burns and how you can just, that force that it has just can manifest so many things. So connect with all four elements, and that's what you want to do. The next thing you want to do after you're connected and you're centered and you're feeling better in your space, then what you want to do is you want to set your intentions that you've been thinking about. And you want to say these, you want to write them down, sorry. You're going to write these down. So these things that you've been thinking about, these goals and these situations and these places that you want, these manifestations that you want, I want you to write those down in your space as you're feeling better. Write those down. It can be 10, it can be 4, it can be 3. It's just up to you. Whatever your goals are for this, like, let's just do it for this next month, right? And then after that, what I want you to do is I want you to say them out loud. And I want you to say them with boldness and courageousness, like a knowing. So as you're doing this, I want you to know that you are a powerful, powerful being, and you can have anything that you want. It's all about the unfolding, right? So I want you to connect with that, and I want you to say those things with absoluteness, with a knowing that it's just about the unfolding. And that's the exciting part, is the unfolding. How is it going to unfold? How is the universe going to bring these things to me? How am I going to move towards the universe? That's the beauty of life, right? Now, once you do that, and you've set your intention and you've set it out boldly and you've written them down and you're cleared in that space, I want you to get into the state of appreciation. And I want you to thank your guides and thank your higher self and thank the universe. Thank God, oneness, the angels, they're all pulling for you. Everybody loves you. They all love you. And I want you to know that they love you and that it's just about the unfolding. It's just about that. And when you're doing that, when you're getting into that state of appreciation, you're getting into that vibration, that frequency, where it's easier for those things to come in and for you to move towards those things, right? And that's what you want to do. You want to be in that vibration in this new full moon. I'm sorry, I said full moon, in this new moon. I want you to be in that vibration, get in that state of appreciation and appreciate and thank them for what you have. Because honestly, all this stuff that you're intending, these goals, it's already yours. It's just a matter of space-time and the unfolding. All right, my gorgeous ones, I'm sending you so much love and light. I love you dearly. Thank you so very much. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Bye. P.S. I forgot one last thing. I'm so sorry. I had to add this later. So the last step that you want to do is in the next few days, all the way to the end of the month or all the way till the next month, right? I want you to take one step, to take an action toward those goals. Just one step. And the one step could just be the thought. A thought is an action. So take the action. Just take one action towards the goals. And you can take one action day 1, you can take one action day 2, you can take another action day 3. But just be sure in the next 4 weeks to take an action, a movement toward those goals. And that will help the energy start to manifest. Because oftentimes in manifestation, we're thinking, well, I want that thing to come in because the universe is going to bring it to me, right? And that's not incorrect. That's correct. But what we fail to understand is that we're not sitting set in stone and then the universe is bringing the vibration in. We're actually moving as well as the vibration or those manifestations coming towards us as well. So we're both moving. So in order to do that, we want to take an action because we're in space-time. Does that make sense? So be sure to take your action. Again, thank you so much for watching. Love you. Bye.